And like every week, this week also we will be beginning a new internship project. And I'm here to guide you on the process on how you can enroll into the internship. And to introduce myself, my name is Sharad, and I'm one of the directors with Innodatatics. And this internship program is brought in association with Innodatatics and 360DigiTMG. So 360DigiTMG is a educational provider. We are in the tech area, and our specialization is in the space of analytics, data science, artificial intelligence, right, etc. There are a lot of success stories. You can go through these success stories to understand the credentials. And from the Innodatatics perspective, we basically work on all the technology related products, especially the AI products. And my core work area is see through in that, right? These things are implemented in the customer's environments. So this is basically an overview. And coming to the actual discussion here, we basically are trying to fill the gap that the newbies have. So there is a lot of gap between the academic learning and the industry exposure, right? And if you have already covered the concepts of data science, data analytics, machine learning, right? If you have already covered these concepts, then yes, you are on the right path. And for that, we all congratulate you people because you have chosen the right career. Now, the biggest problem is the awareness, right? Everything is AI now. Everybody is speaking about AI. So if you have so much of competition, you'll definitely feel a challenge when you are getting or when you're trying to get a job in this area. Correct? So how do you try to overcome this problem that you have? You got trained, but you're not able to get a job because of the gap that you have. When I say gap, it is the gap with respect to the practical exposure. This is where this internship program is going to help you all, friends. We are going to learn on how you can productionize a trained model. So there will be a team who's already right working on model development and all that. And the project scope is specific from the deployment perspective. All right, we are not going to learn all the training process and those initial processes, basically machine learning concepts. But what you will be learning is more important at the practical scenario. But for that, of course, the prerequisite is that you should be familiar with all the concepts of machine learning, data science, including your Python, right, programming language as well. So that is the only prerequisite that you will have. If you already are familiar with the concepts of machine learning and data science, then you would be learning on after training what happens. We call this as deployment stage. How do you provide your ML model that you have trained to your customer? Customer has to use your solution on new data, right? It is not the old data. There will be new data that customer is using or having. So your model, which is trained on historical data, should also work on new data. Now, how do I generalize this and how do I ensure that this model that I have trained is implemented in the customer's environment so that the model works as expected on the new data? This is the skill that you're going to learn as part of this internship program, friends, and this is absolutely free. Okay, so that's the gist of the discussion. The entire internship duration itself is for 30 days, friends, and it is properly planned, crafted. Okay, You may say that, oh, 30 days is it good enough? Yes, because it is tried and tested practice that we have, and you will be able to complete the entire project end to end if you follow the guidelines that we are giving. It's a CSR program, community service program, and everyone can join, provided you have the prerequisite. And as I told, prerequisite is you should be familiar with the machine learning concepts. This entire duration is broken down into two phases. The first phase would be learning phase, which basically allows you to learn the new skills that are required. And these new skills are also not dumped at you at one go. There's again a proper way to consume the content, and we've divided each day into three zones, three parts. The first part would be basically starting at early morning, 6 a.m. And this basically brings you the Python programming videos. So you would be given content on Python programming concepts. Of course, you are already familiar with it, but this is for practicing purpose. A lot of you people probably feel that, yes, I have already gone through Python. I'm familiar with Python programming. But trust me, it's a language. Every day you learn new things. So you will have to practice, just like English. Then after this, you will have second set of content that will be published at 12 p.m. IST. You'll have to go through this. And this is where you are going to learn the art of how a data science project is actually developed. What are the steps that are required for you to follow? You will understand the machine learning life cycle concepts, development life cycle concepts. We also call it as ML workflow, right? These life cycle steps is what you are going to understand here. Probably some people are already familiar with it. Some people might be completely new. We basically talk about CRISP MLQ methodology. Okay, you'll have to learn about this. This is something everybody knows, but this is some for practice. This is something which some of you may not know. So you'll be learning. If you're already familiar, please go through it. You might probably learn something new that you might not be familiar with. And the last part, this would be published at 6 p.m. in the evening. And here you will be learning all the new skills that are required for this particular internship. Model deployment. There are a bunch of videos that will be shared with you where you will be learning on the art of how a product can be developed, right? Productionized. A developed product can be productionized. Now, once you are covering all these videos, we also assess. And when we are trying to assess you, we follow a specific strategy, friends. This strategy is ensuring that your profile is also becoming stronger. So what you do is you post your answers to the questions that are given on LinkedIn. This is not an MCQ based approach. We basically ask you to write your answers in comment section so that your name, your answer is visible for potential employers. So your LinkedIn profile becomes stronger when you participate in these kind of activities. That becomes an evidence to showcase your skills. And that is basically to ensure that your profile is becoming stronger as well. Now, once this learning phase is done, then we will come to the project phase. This is where you would actually implement the deployment of your trained model. And this is again further divided into 10 days. You'll have these 10 days further divided into 5 days each for deployment and post-deployment activities. But you would be given a mentor, right? You will have a industry expert guiding you through these 10 days, and you would follow their instructions to successfully complete your project. So you'll have MLOps expert here, right? And every day from Monday to Friday, you would be connecting to the meeting. It's a mandatory meeting. Everybody has to connect. Okay, Monday to Friday. And in these meetings, we'll not basically discuss unnecessary things. But to the point discussion happens so that everybody's time is respected, right? And what would be the exact work? We will be discussing about that when we come to that project phase. All right. Now, for you people, if you are successfully completing the project and handing off all the artifacts, then you would be getting this certificate, project completion certificate from 360DigiTMG organization. This is the sample certificate that you will be getting, which can basically be used in your um, various social media and resume also. So that, right, again, this becomes an evidence that you have worked on a project. All right. And your basically training becomes starts tomorrow. It begins tomorrow. All right. Now I want to basically walk you through with respect to the projects that we do. Okay, this is my LinkedIn profile, and I'll show a bunch of projects that we actually do. What you're seeing is a UI. This is the UI where you would be uploading the images that the customer is sending us, and the model is going to identify the damages that are done to these pallets. These are called as wooden pallets, right? These are used for logistics, basically, to moving the finished products to one location to another location, warehouses to end, where your end distributors. So you basically have these damaged in the process of transportation. The pallets get damaged. So we are trying to use the image processing techniques to identify those damages. You can also see this very interesting project. This is what the end user is going to look at, the customer is going to look at. In mega constructions, right, a heavy constructions area, you would have a very difficult time to manage the inventory of the steel rods, especially when the initial construction is happening, the beams have to be laid, right? So for that, these steel rods are used. But tracking the steel rods for these mega constructions becomes a very, very difficult task. So our application is basically going through the videos frame by frame and counting how many rods are there. Not just counting, but it also counts the width, or it identifies the width of the steel rod. Right? So this is basically making the life so easy for the entire tracking of these steel rods. These are the kind of interesting projects, friends. Look at this. This is in the hatchery. So you'll basically get this video from the CCTV footages from the poultry, and we will be tracking the age group of those chicks along with their body temperatures to identify the health, the weight, and we also classify, basically we identify what is the age group of that particular chick. So these are basically helping the industry immensely to automate a lot of things. Right? So this is where AI comes into the picture in various industries that we are talking about. So these are the kind of projects that you'll be working on, not Kaggle projects, friends. All right. And this is our 360DigiTMG website. And I also want to invite you people to this particular learning resources page. A lot of interesting content is there, which you can consume and enhance your career paths. You have mind maps, digital books, specifically this is for data science learning, right? Very interesting. Everything here is image based. Okay, so whatever you try to learn as part of your data science concepts, you will see all of them in a very nice image representation. So this basically allows you to learn things very easily. All right, so this is something that we devised. You can download your version. It's a very simple PDF file that you'll get. And it's a workbook, okay? It's not like complete book is there. You'll have to fill in the blanks also. Interview questions, these are all from our alumni. A lot of people who have faced various interviews, right? They share their experiences, their questions that they have encountered in the interviews, and those things are getting accumulated here. Mind maps will help you to understand the complete concept like this. You'll see right, a mind map like this, and you can enlarge, right? So for example, I'll expand the supervised learning concepts here. You can see classification, regression, different types of regression techniques are there. Shallow techniques are there, right? Ensemble techniques. So you can look at this mind map and try and understand or correlate which concept falls where. That way, you will get a complete bird's eye view, and that will help your learning. It fast tracks your learning. Likewise, we will have right different, I should say, resources. Please visit here this particular website, 360DigiTMG website, and take the advantage of all these resources. The alumni, right? I talked about alumni, our old students, right? Our past students. You would want to look at their success stories for sure. Okay, their success stories are available on YouTube, right? You can also get their LinkedIn contacts. Also, you can directly connect with them. If you see, there are a lot of videos happening. These are all the success stories. People who are willing to come online, live YouTube, and then share their experiences. We invite them. We also invite expert panel for having enlightening sessions. You might want to connect to this 360DigiTMG website YouTube link, because we also do a lot of free live sessions. Currently, we are doing databases concepts, right? You'll have this sessions going on for the next this entire week from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. You'll have these sessions. You can see the notifications also. And likewise, you'll have a lot of other concepts also here. You might want to subscribe and learn these skills. Right. And as I said, our success stories, you can connect with all these people. Their LinkedIn profiles are also given. You can download the PDF and get this information. All right. And our students are basically placed in all the big companies, the big fours, right? And top-notch MNCs. You name it, our alumni, our students are there. This is because all these people have worked on the projects that I have just showcased, right? So that is the kind of projects that we work on. So it gives them the practical exposure that is required to impress the interviewers and, of course, successfully excel in their careers. So this is an opportunity, an excellent opportunity for you all to take that knowledge to ensure that your careers are also fast-tracked. All right. Now, how do you register? Before I wind up, I want to explain that. On the YouTube link chat, you would be getting a link. That link will take you to a community page, WhatsApp community. Once you join the community, you will be able to get a link where you will be registering yourself, right? And from tomorrow onwards, the training sessions begins. So that's the process, friends. Very simple. Join the community, and then you will get a registered Google form where you will be filling the details and registering for the free internship program. This is absolutely free. Now, if you are newbie, if you are not familiar with machine learning and you are just started to learn things, then for the data analytics projects or the machine learning training projects, you want to join back on Friday, because on Fridays, we will kickstart the free internship program for people who are beginners. Now, if you are already familiar with the concepts, then this is the program that you want to enroll. All right. So that's the details, friends. Good luck with your careers, and whatever contribution from our side we can do, we are trying, we are willing to help and fast track the growth of all the young blood in our country. So take the opportunity and try to learn the concepts that you probably may not get unless until you get a job. If you have any questions, please share your questions. I would be happy to answer them. If not, then thank you so much, friends. And I'll see you again in the project phase. All right, friends. I see no questions. Then thank you so much and good luck.